Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and I'm here again, live, giving you a Q&A with you and me. I like doing these things. You could watch this happen live on the internet if you become one of the patrons. Everybody else gets to watch it a week later after it's live, so everybody gets something. But some people get bonuses. You can become a patron by heading over to chrispirillo.com. Today's question is another question in the topic of what gadget should I buy? The category of podcast microphone. I've had a podcast since before podcasting was a word. And did you know that Apple didn't invent the word? It's true. It was before iTunes integration. I have a podcast. It's TLDR, pushed out in a podcast format. I've thought about doing a different kind of podcast, but I'm not sure if everybody would want to listen or what kind of stuff you'd want to hear from me more than what you hear from me normally in this channel, in the classic Chris Pirillo channel, or in the Pirillo Vlogs channel. Let me know. My choice for a podcast microphone is specifically when I'm sitting here or somewhere in the house and not on the go. It's something that I've used specifically to help with narration when I've done videos where I need to talk over a recording that didn't have audio otherwise, like time-lapse, which I might have used in a Lego set brick build video in the past. And ultimately, what's best for me is not necessarily going to be best for you. I just found something that would ultimately serve the purpose of recording audio and giving me a form of audio that would actually be workable, as in a higher quality audio. Like if your mic sucks, no one wants to listen. If your mic's good, it doesn't mean that people still want to listen. It just means that you may want to get a better mic, and you don't need to get the best mic on the planet, hopefully not in the planet, on the planet, just to get a mic that you like and that sounds good to you. Ultimately, I think that is the best test. Just like getting a new camera, or a video camera, or any kind of production equipment. What I always tell people is go to the people that you appreciate, and in terms of how something looks, how something sounds, and ask them what they use, because that is a clear indicator. Because your eyes or your ears are going to signal what you're going to want most, and then go from there. My choice is this Yeti, right there, from Blue. I removed, well, I guess didn't really remove it because it's clamped onto the side on the stand that comes with the Yeti. This is the pop filter. It's a good thing to have, especially if you are going to be podcasting and you're up close and you're pretty much on top of the mic, which is exactly where you want to be. This is why I don't use a microphone when I'm doing videos like this, because half the frame is the microphone itself. And to me, good technology is there, but it gets out of the way. I have an Audio-Technica AT2020, which I've been using here on my desktop, not necessarily to podcast, but it's there for higher quality audio. It's small, it's slim, and it also matches the decor. I like that. The reason why I like this particular Yeti is, for a lot of reasons. I'm going to go ahead and move the pop filter so that the P's and B's, that's what a pop filter is used for. P's and B's won't pop if you use one of these. It's a big mic. It also kind of matches the decor as well. And I like it because it's portable, or at least portable enough, and super high quality, especially for the average podcaster. You've got a mute button on the front. You've got a volume control, because on the bottom, you can see you can connect headphone jacks for live monitoring. You also have an XLR input and a micro USB input, and I like having the option. More often than not, I'm using the USB connection, but if I ever needed at one point in the future to connect to some kind of board, a mixing board, I would likely use the XLR input, but I'm just not someone who's a huge audiophile. I try to keep things lean, mean, and clean, and easy for me, not being much of a production geek at all, and this fits the bill. It gives me both options, so that's another reason why I believe it's one of the better choices for podcasting. You've also got gain control, physical gain control on this side. That's important too, because, if your gain's too high, then it's going to sound horrible. If the gain's too low, no one's going to be able to hear anything, so you can adjust it, again, when you're monitoring live directly on the microphone itself. And then down here, you can adjust the pattern. So if you're in a situation where you're talking with someone side by side, or they're on the other side, you can optimize the way the audio is picked up by the microphone by adjusting this dial. And ultimately, I think your ears are going to be the best judge. So what's best for me, for all those reasons I laid out, is not necessarily best for everybody, but I believe this is one of the more flexible podcasting devices. This is one of the reasons why I've seen a lot of podcasters not just use it, but certainly recommend it as well. I'm sure you could go and, do other things with it, but it's a microphone. It's designed to give you good audio. That's what a good microphone does, and Blue is a good name in microphones, at least for podcasters. I have no brand allegiance. obviously. I'm using Audio-Technica back there. I've talked about Audio-Technica products in the past, like yesterday's product review on the best iPhone or smartphone microphone, because it also would work with an Android device. This is one of the better ones that I've found. And so I'm not trying to start any holy wars. I don't really care about, starting fights. People have asked, and I've answered. If you have any other kind of product category that you're looking for, what gadget should I buy in, let me know, because I'm really enjoying talking about that. Give me a specific topic to talk about, and I'd be more than happy to respond. I've done a variety of gadgets that you might want to try in a variety of verticals, but I think that's not exactly unlimited, but there are a lot of categories to tackle that I think gadgets are resplendent in. Resplendent? Can I use that word? Resplendent. Hang on. What's the definition of resplendent? I gotta find out about it.
Let's see. The definition of resplendent is having great beauty and splendor.
Okay. Great beauty. That's close, but not exactly what I was going for. I apologize for using the wrong word, but that's what happens when you do a video live on YouTube and you think you're smart. But believe you me, I will be the first to admit that I do not know everything. And I make a lot of mistakes too. But you know what? I own up to them. I pretty much said everything I need to say about this microphone, and have, completely mitigated any kind of chance of you caring about anything else. Oh, by the way, did I show this? You can also mount it there. There's the threading. Okay, I'm done. I've screwed up this video enough. Thank you for paying attention. Thanks for taking the time to like this video. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.